Good morning guys, Ezek Hydra here, and today's video has got me super excited. It's a little bit of theory, craft and speculation. What we're going to be doing is talking about a feature that I think probably will be implemented into Inquisitor and taken from Van Helsing III. So to quickly set the scene for this feature, when the game of Inquisitor first came out, there was a fair bit of speculation within the forums that our daily duties as an Inquisitor within Martyr thus far actually are a bit more like the game Space Marine or Deathwing, etc. Don't get me wrong, I know what the Deathwing are there to do, but what we're doing is going on mission and mission and mission and mission, just killing stuff, essentially. And that's not particularly inquisitorial. Now, I'd originally been quite thick-headed with this and said, guys, what you're after is something that's RPG, and this is an ARPG, so it's kind of hard to put those features in. But guys, I'm going to eat my words today and talk through a feature that I think will overcome this obstacle and make us feel a lot more inquisitorial. So, going over to Van Helsing III, what they have is a feature known as resistance missions. So from your base, or I'll try and translate this to Inquisitor as we go, just making it sort of directly transferable from Van Helsing to Inquisitor. So from your spaceship, from your station, you will have access to a bunch of individuals. I'm going to call them the Retinue, but they're called captains within Van Helsing. And these captains have individual traits, much like any RPG player would. So they might have exploration, they might have interrogation, they might have... I'm making these up, by the way, for the sake of Inquisitor, but they have traits that mean they're tailored and specialised to certain missions to send them on. Now, as well as this, you can buy gear with money for them, you can upgrade them, you can buy more of them. You can also buy foot soldiers to accompany them. And don't get me wrong, they're very much in a virtual setting. This is more like a text-based game. If anyone ever played Dark Throne Online, the text-based game where you could buy undead, elves, etc., make a citadel, you never saw it. It was all text-based. But what it did was it got me engrossed for loads, I'd say hundreds of hours when I was a kid. Absolutely loved it. And this is actually a system of RPG that's quite easy to implement within an ARPG, because you open a window, you've got these characters here, and the way Van Helsing did this is they gave you a mission debrief. And within that were clues, and I really like this idea because the clues meant you had to read it so you knew what the mission was. It was not like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic where you have a minion and you say, minion, I'd like you to go out there and mine some coal for me. I know there's no coal in Star Wars, but I can't remember what the materials are called. It's not that boring because no one wants to just click on 4 people and say, you go get me money, you go get me materials, you go get me crafting recipes, and you have a party. It's much more inquisitorial in nature, and I can't help but feel when they made this game for Van Helsing that this feature was made for Inquisitor, because you just for a second get yourself excited about all the various missions that there could be. You could see on a mission debrief that there's a rumour that there's some rogue smugglers in the area, and you have to choose based on the type of mission which of your inquisitorial retinue you're going to send, and that's going to give you a percentage chance. Perhaps, guys, I'm only speculating here, but this is what it could be. It'll give you a percentage chance for them to come back with something. Or maybe even you'll see that you could send someone that's high in interrogation. They're more likely to come back with some glory, having purged and executed everyone. Or perhaps you could send someone that's high in negotiation and they'll come back with a higher percentage chance of giving you items. But it's a fairly small feature, but it's going to make you feel like an Inquisitor in some sense, because let's face it, admin is not inherently fun. People don't do admin in their spare time for the funsies, for the lols. However, in a text-based setting like this, where there's actually a little bit of RPG involved, a little bit of thought. Now, I guess the question will come up is some people will say, yeah, but this isn't hack and slash, this isn't what I wanted, your PvE is taking away from my PvE, take this feature out, I don't want it. But I have to say, I feel that there is a little bit of a need for this within the game in order to really feel like an inquisitorial game. Now, the other option, and I feel like the unfeasible option, would be to go into the whole conversations like the typical Elder Scrolls games, where you zoom into the character portrait, you have a conversation with someone, you have 4 different options for the conversation and you can interrogate them. That would have been quite well suited to Inquisitor, but also financially probably impossible for Neocore to do. It's something certain, I think Bethesda, I can't remember how you pronounce their name for Elder Scrolls, but those guys had a whole department just for that. We're not going to be able to see that level of character sort of development within Inquisitor Martyr, but a small window of text-based immersion into the universe I think is a really good idea. Now, obviously this is all just speculation. The Retinue could be a companion system. Could be. I don't think it will be, in a true sense. I'm sure there will be missions you take AI on, and I think that was confirmed to me during my interview. But I have a feeling it would be a bit more like Van Helsing. If you had a companion system, Van Helsing basically said in the introduction to the game, you're Van Helsing's son and you've got a sort of a companion ghost that's going to be with you wherever you go. And the game's balance, everything in the game, had to be tailored to having a companion. Now, I'm not saying they won't have companions in the game, but this is just my guess, because I feel like it would already be there, because it would be so integral to balancing the game that we should already be playing with companions if we had a hope. That being said, the Van Helsing companion system is really nice, you should check it out. But today's video is all about being an Inquisitor, role-playing a little bit. We'll keep this one fairly short. I'd suggest you go check out Van Helsing, look at these Resistance missions, and see what you think. But guys, this has got me excited. I feel like this void of not feeling like an Inquisitor could finally be filled with this feature. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Would you like the ability to open up a window, to recruit people, to upgrade units, to buy them stuff, to send them out on missions, to get you stuff? Okay, it might end up being the same stuff as you'd get from PvE, but you'd achieve it another way. Guys, would you like it? What do you think? Down below, comments. See you there. Have a great week.